Hi, I'm Dennis Gage, and welcome to My Classic Car. Well, this week we're at about 9,500 feet in Woodland Park, Colorado to visit Mike Treebolt and check out a few of his really cool cars. Now, Mike's an interesting guy. In addition to cars, he does dinosaurs. That's a whole nother story, and we'll get to it in a while. But right now, it's about Edsels, 58 by the way, a beautiful Bermuda wagon and this killer 58 Pacer convertible. Man, I love these cars. It's a perfect day. This is going to be fun. Mike, it's great to meet you. I gotta tell you,
Dennis.
I've heard about your collection and stuff, and I'm always looking for a reason to come to a pretty part of the country like Woodland Park, Colorado. So here I am, and here your cars are.
And I appreciate it very much. Thank you.
Well, now it's an Edsel day, obviously. Mm-hmm. This is only a small sampling of you. You're kind of a 50s guy.
Yeah.
Kind of a Merc, Mopar, Edsel, but well, kind of everything.
The best cars made were made from 49 to 61.
Body style wise and stuff like that, I think they're the coolest designs, and they're sure fun. But the other cool thing about you is you do dinosaurs.
That's what I do for a living.
That's what you do for a living. I mean, you have the Rocky Mountain Dinosaur Resource Center, right?
Correct.
Right
Yes.
in downtown Woodland Park.
You bet.
And that all is an outgrowth of what you do, because you hunt, recreate, build. You're the dinosaur guy.
Yes, if you
you're
see
the
a dinosaur in a museum, somebody has to do that. And
that's
we do
you.
that. Yes. We work on a whole series of private ranches in the Dakotas and Montana and Kansas, and we make the discoveries, collect the specimens, prepare them, restore them, and mount them and provide them to museums all over the world.
All over the world.
Yep.
Dinosaurs are great, but Edsels, which are kind of dinosaurs.
These are my other dinosaurs.
Even your other Edsels are kind of like dinosaurs too, because these went extinct for one thing.
They sure did. Yeah.
Well, so let's start with what I think is the craziest of your two Edsels. And these are both, by the way, these are both 58s, right?
Both 58s, a Pacer convertible and a Bermuda wagon.
Now, the Bermuda was the high-end wagon. And of course, it's an Edsel. So the horse collar in the room is of course, this really controversial and much maligned grill back in the day.
Yeah.
But as the years pass, I kind of dig this thing.
Same here. When they first came out, I thought they were really strange and ugly. And that went away after a few years, and in recent years, I've really come to like them.
I have to, and you gotta say nothing looks like that. No. I mean, you knew if there was an Edsel
a mile away
that it was an Edsel.
That's right. Yeah.
Well, so this car is, again, just so cool, and what makes it so cool to me is the color. It's a really interesting robin's egg blue, but lighter. It's what do you call it?
It's called ice green, and that is a perfect name for it because if you've ever been shoveling heavy wet snow and the sun comes through the snow,
this kind of
this color.
Almost glows this color.
Somebody knew what they were talking about when they named that
they
ice
lived down
green.
in Woodland Park, apparently.
Probably,
at one
yes.
point in time. Yeah. This is the Edsel version of the Ford Country Squire, right? So it's got the wood paneling and
just a little fancier,
little
fancier interior,
a little more trim.
A little more trim.
And man, you know, one of the weirdest features of this car is the push-button transmission in the center of the steering wheel.
It was called Teletouch. And they only used it in 58.
The turret speedometer.
Yes.
I think that's just so cool.
The turret speedometer is unique to this car. It doesn't necessarily make a lot of sense, but
it's kind of cool.
But it's kind of cool. It's just like a lot of features on this car. And then even, you know, the heater control is kind of special too. You turn that ring.
Oh, there?
Yep. And there is an electric motor that turns a series of baffles. And so a lot of neat, unique things in this car.
Well, you got the third back seat.
This is the 9-passenger wagon. Yep.
And forward facing. You know, you've got all this trim on the side. That's actually fiberglass, right?
It is.
But turn signal wise, don't they say you're going the wrong way?
They were very confusing to people.
So you turn this one on, you're turning this way, but it's saying...
Right, but the arrow's pointing that way.
So I'm not even sure what powered these things. Let's go have a look at the engine.
Okay. Dennis, this one is a driver, so you're gonna see all the original engine components, but they're not all cleaned up and pretty yet.
Well, does
functional. It functions beautifully.
Well, that's the important part. Now, the Ford would have 352.
Yes, a 332 or 352, and the Edsel engine was a 361. It's basically the same engine.
So is this the original to the car?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Have you ever had it out?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. oh, yes.
Yes, I have.
Well, could I drive it, by the way?
Let's go for a spin.
Close that baby up. Let's do it. Close her down. Let's fire this baby up.
All right.
Fire her up. Oh, isn't that nice? That's really nice. Oh, I'm like, where's the lever? Mike, where's
Oh yeah, they put it in the steering wheel where it belongs.
where it belongs for 1 year, right?
Yeah.
And the emergency brake is
On your far left.
where it says brake. Okay, and we
Pull that
push
out.
the button.
And bingo, magic happens.
Wow. What happens when you go for the horn? Inadvertently.
I don't know.
Let's not find out. What a boat this thing is. This is a car that just has to get a lot of attention.
It does. Of all the cars in my collection, you know, convertibles and glass tops and retractables and everything else.
This is the one.
This one gets more attention than any other.
Well, because it's striking. I mean, of course, you can't miss the horse collar.
Not only does it have the very unique front end, but it also has totally unique taillights. This car has mid-century modern written all over it.
I'll say.
And you have these, you know, these are factory mirrors here too.
Oh, really?
Rear mirrors, and those are, you know, they have special hoods, and they have the little Edsel horse collar motif, and all kinds of nice little touches that are unique to this car.
Well, and then of course the turret speedometer.
The turret speedometer,
is
yes.
always one of my faves.
Very iconic.
You got a little crack in your dome there, but that's
Yeah.
a tricky thing to find.
Yeah, I haven't even tried.
Probably ain't gonna happen.
No.
I just love that dial for the
Yeah.
temperature control.
And when I first bought the car, I thought, oh God, this isn't going to work.
And yet it does.
It does.
Wow.
Yeah. Now you could get the Edsels with a standard shift lever too.
3 on the tree?
Yeah, well, 3 on the tree or a standard automatic column. You did not have to take the teletouch,
Huh.
but just about everybody did.
Well, it was certainly a novelty, although this whole car is sort of a novelty.
Yes. And of course, like most station wagons, there's various rattles that
Well,
you,
listen,
just,
a little
you can
bit of-
never quite get rid of.
A little bit of body roll, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, woohoo!
Yeah.
You know, I was just a wee lad back then, but all I ever heard was jokes about Edsels.
That's very true. And when I first saw the Edsel, I thought, geez, that's goofy and ugly.
Wow.
And, my God.
It is so striking. It is so 50s.
After the 55 and 6 and 7 models having such solid, vibrant, bright colors, you know, toning things down a little bit.
Being a little pastel, yeah.
Made it look pretty attractive.
Is your interior pretty much original?
Yes. I think it's been dyed, but it's the correct interior, the correct patterns.
And the 3-seat was an even more rare option in this.
Right.
This is really a neat car. Now,
It drives like a typical 50s
I
car.
know, it's awesome.
Oh yeah.
I'm surprised how nice it handles. I mean, again,
Well,
there is the body roll.
Of
but
course, yes.
Steering's beautiful, and the engine's really smooth.
My goal is with all of my cars, is so that you can jump into any one of them and go for a drive, dependably and safely and comfortably.
Yeah, well, you know, to me, that's the joy of owning these. And you can have this museum quality car, but if you never drive it, it's just art at that point.
Yes.
I love this Edsel Bermuda Wagon, but that convertible of yours is just spectacular. Love the color combo. What do you say we go back and check that baby out?
I'd love to do that.
All right, I would too. Man, that wagon is cool.
Yes, it is. A lot of fun.
It is, and you know, she drives really nicely too. I was surprised how well.
Doesn't
it
wander
handled.
down the road
No, it
bad
doesn't.
at all. Yeah.
Now, this is of course another 58. This is a Pacer.
Pacer convertible.
Now, this was actually though where the Bermuda was the top wagon.
Top
this was
wagon.
actually the smallest.
The smallest convertible, yes. The big Edsel convertibles were based on the Mercury.
Oh.
This is the smaller one based on the Ford called the Pacer.
Well, you know what? You look at it from the rear quarter forward and ignore the horse collar, and you can see Ford.
You definitely can see the
I might even-
family resemblance. Yeah, the same shape of the windshield, the little dip in the body behind the door, and things like that.
This is a really unique color combo, and when I first saw it, I thought, oh, it's kind of an off-white and yellow, but it's not. It's,
No, it's not.
kind of a dove gray or something.
It's called driftwood.
Wow.
And the yellow inserts on the hubcaps and on the inserts on the side of the car is called jonquil yellow.
So again, this must look just great going down
It
the
does.
road. Those things flashing,
sparkling.
oh man, oh man. And the same, you know, mega horse collar up here. And really, I mean, I guess the front end's identical, eh?
They are.
But what a great look this is with being a convertible. Now, is this the pattern that these seats would have come in?
This is the original pattern. This is actually the original materials and pattern.
Oh, really?
That's absolutely correct.
Man, oh man. Being a 58, they had this option, the Tele-Touch.
Tele-Touch,
right, right.
Tele-Touch transmission.
Now, I noticed in the other one, you know, turret, speedometer and all that, the same 4 pods. You got your really crazy heater defrost control.
Right.
But over on the Bermuda, this one was a tach.
It was a tachometer, yes.
Now it's a compass.
There's a compass on this one.
And those were
optional things that you could put in there, yeah.
How wild.
And I don't know why you would need a tach on a Edsel with an automatic, but it's got one.
And it's really little too.
It is really tiny.
So,
You don't find yourself using it very much, but.
So nice sweep around here, Edsel. I like these too. They're not as confusing as the other ones.
And they actually designed them so that they function even if you have the trunk open with some, tied down with some junk in your trunk.
Oh, really? See, these will...
So they still function. Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah, it's just, oh man, this is really, and it's straight, and I would imagine were those factory options, the skirts, or was it aftermarket even back then? I don't know.
I suspect that was aftermarket.
Sure, nice dress up though, isn't it?
They sure do dress it up nice, yes.
And I like that one spear, from the doors to the front quarter. It's just, this is a pretty car, man. So now let's see, this would have had the same engine, the 361, which is all they put in, eh?
Has the same engine. Yep.
Let's go look at this one.
All right.
Wow, that one's a lot prettier.
Yes, it is. A little more colorful in there.
Now, what's the 400?
Yeah, the foot-pounds of torque.
Okay. What is it? Who do they think they are? Buick? Buick always did the 400 torque.
Sounds bigger.
Sounds bigger, right? So 361. I'm assuming the yellow block was correct for.
The yellow block is the stock color along with the cream-colored air cleaner and valve covers.
Yeah, windshield washer.
Windshield washer.
These are these vacuum.
Still has the vacuum wiper.
Which work slow sometimes
Terrible.
and fast some other times.
I hate those things. Yes, and sometimes they get partway up and stop.
Yeah. Boom.
And
but, I mean, otherwise, this is a 58. This is a showroom engine now.
It is very nice.
Man, oh
very
man.
nicely detailed. There's no chips.
No.
There's no wrinkles.
No. And if I were to promise not to put either chips or wrinkles in it, could we take this one out too?
Absolutely.
All right, close this one up. Yes. Here we go.
All right.
Ooh, pops right off.
Yep.
Push button, and away we go.
All right.
What an interesting car. What an interesting color.
That's one of the things that drew us to the car. Very unusual color. It's driftwood and jonquil yellow.
Jonquil yellow.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I've ever seen this combo. And it's really beautiful on this car. But what a day, and what a place to go cruising with, Pikes Peak.
It doesn't get better than this.
It don't get better than this. No, it does not. It does not at all, right? So these are your only 2 Edsels, right?
My only 2 Edsels.
Your only 2 Edsels.
The only 2 Edsels I've ever had, and I have come close many times to buying others, but I think I'm very happy with these 2. They're both exceptional cars. You have about the same amount of power. I think you can tell
It's a pretty heavy car for this engine.
Yeah.
It seems, yeah.
Well, it's not tuned up for
that's
altitude,
right. Yeah, so it's kind of
yeah.
So when you're going to get these things set up to handle 9,000, 9,500 feet, what all do you do?
You basically have to advance the timing quite a bit.
Really?
Way more than normal. And what I usually do, rather than guess at that, I'll put a vacuum meter on the intake.
Yeah.
And find the peak vacuum and then back it off 1 point. And that's
as good as it's going to get.
That's the best possible for the altitude. Yeah. That's why back in the old days, all your gas stations up in high altitude places were doing mountain tune-ups for people.
Remember? That's right.
Remember
yeah, absolutely.
You're on vacation. Dad would pull in
before we go up to the mountains.
Yep.
And that's what they do. They just advance the time.
Yeah. Yes, that's all they do.
Boy, this is so cool. I love this car.
It's not only very, very stylish, but the colors, again, are just spectacular.
So until our next meeting, remember, honor the timeless classics. I'm Dennis Gage. Happy motoring.